folks, Maverick Indicators here. All right, we're taking an opening range breakout on CL. I got a better fill on my trade copying unless it's behind. It's interesting. Yeah, I think my trade copier is just behind. Okay, no big deal. So why are we in this trade? Well, if you see pink, it will most likely sink. Pink is your strongest downside data candle. And boy, this thing is coming down. Let me get rid of this here. I'll just show you guys. Remove drawing. Okay, cool. All right, so we're in 10 micros. We're in 10 micros. And what are we looking at here? Well, if you notice, I'm playing the opening range breakout right here. It says potential opening range breakout. Why is it potential? Because if this was a gray candle, we wouldn't get into it. The Maverick AI Pro is coloring your candles to the data, not to price and direction. Look at this. Oh my gosh, this thing called it way back here. That's unbelievable. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Pink is your strongest downside data candle. Bright green is your strongest upside data candle. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. You had a beautiful buy signal here, beautiful sell signal here. This thing just flushed straight down. Pretty cool stuff. I'm just giving this a little bit of a room to wiggle through. My line in my sand, my line in the sand is the Maverick guide. We like to go short when price is below the Maverick guide. We like to go long when price is above the Maverick guide. And cool. So we're trade copying to 4 more accounts over here. And what do we have? Why are we in this trade? You got a red background. The bears are in control. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. Think of T1 through T5 as traders. Traders. Let me lose this so you can see this better. Sorry, guys. T1 through T5, think of these as traders. They're algorithms, but think of them as traders. And they all have a completely different style. And they're all voting bearish across 6 time frames. And you can set these time frames to whatever you want. Let's see here. Maverick trenders pegged to the top, showing you a downtrend label. Hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Pink is your strongest downside data candle. And the Maverick signals actually called this sucker all the way back here. And this thing just flew down. Unbelievable. Okay, let me actually, there we go. Let's get a little bit more room on here. We are playing the opening range breakout. This box is your opening range. Okay, so we are playing the opening range breakout. We got the signal right here that's telling us, hey, you're breaking the opening range. Okay, down confidence arrows, love seeing that. And we're between 2 zones. This is the Maverick zones. And it's auto drawing our support and resistance zones. And you have an 87% zone up here and a 67% down here. Price a lot of times likes to go away from the higher zone, meaning the higher score. This is a probability score of this zone holding or breaking. So you have a 68% chance of holding this zone, but you have an 85% chance of holding this zone. So we're kind of in between these zones here. All right, which no big deal. It's all good. All right, so we just stack probability in our favor. That's what we're, oh wow, look at the score on here. Anything over 90% is like a brick wall. So this resistance level, now it's resistance, you're almost at 100%. That's crazy. Now this is a pretty strong score, 80%. So this will be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of minutes. You just had the turn of the 5-minute candle. Remember, I sit on my hands the first minute and the last minute of a 5-minute turn. So, you know, from, let's see here. So from, you know, 9, what was this? 54 to about 9. Sorry, I'm drawing with my mouse. 56. This minute, I believe, is massive misdirection to trap the retail trader on the direction of the next candle. And then I think when you get to the first minute of the new 5-minute candle, this is a lot of misdirection to grab stop losses and stuff like that. Just my theory, just go watch it. Even if you don't have our indicators, just go watch the first minute and the last minute of a 5-minute turn. Even if you trade 1-minute charts, even if you trade Renko charts or tick charts or whatever. By the way, I took Apple options right off the open. Look at this thing. Absolutely printed. So whether you're trading options, stocks, crypto, Forex, now I trade on thinkorswim, but I'm trading options and using my charts on TradingView. But man, you had a buy signal. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. Weak zone, we had a ton of weak zones. We just blew right through. So fun. But anyway, I got that going on another monitor. Where is our trade? Where are we? Here we go. All right, so as we push down here, okay, we're about to get into that last minute of the new 5-minute candle. So just FYI, about to get into that last minute of the new 5-minute candle. You do have an A+ setup to the downside. Still keeping our hot pink candles, which I love. All 5 traders are still voting bearish across 6 time frames. And there we go. This is the pop we need. And then now we're so far from the zone. When you get far enough away from the zone, you'll lose the score. You don't need the score. If price is way down here, we're not going to work to calculate scores way up here, right? Does that make sense? So, okay, now we're pushing through. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. How's Apple doing? Ooh, Apple's still flying up. Apple's still flying up. Beautiful buy signal. Yeah, these options are printing. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Let me go back to where the heck were we? All right, here we go. All right, cool. So again, we're trade copying 4 accounts. So take whatever you see here, times it by another 4 accounts. So really, gosh, if I just do, $200 here, then we'll have $1,000 day, right? Because we're trade copying to 4 more accounts. 4 more accounts. Sorry if I have to keep going back to Apple, but it's just printing right now, and I am in an options trade. So pretty cool. Would love to know if you guys trade options as well, trade futures, trade, so if you're trading options, drop a comment, say, hey, I trade options, because we have some, we have some really cool tools that we're working on for options traders if you do trade options. So, yeah, look at this thing. Just if you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. And look, these are weak zones, 50%. 58% chance of holding, A+ setup on the Ultimate Trading Assistant. All 5 traders are voting bullish across 6 time frames. Things printing. All right, speaking of printing, let's go. If I just hit $200 on this, I might close it out because that's $1,000 day. So this is what I love about trade copying. Like, I don't need a huge move. I need this thing to just give me like $200, and then I'm good. I'm solid. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Oh, and here we go. Remove drawing. Oh, I need to put on my buy stop. Huh. Okay. So, but this is a weak score right here. This is a weak score. So listen, I'm going to keep watching this trade. Yeah, that's what, so times this by 5. So I'm going to keep watching this trade and watching my options trade. It's just too much to teach the indicators and have an options trade. Apple is absolutely printing for me. Oh my God. And then so is this. So we're trade copying to 4 more accounts. All right. So listen, if you want clear vision on your charts, if you want edge in the market, not financial advice, do your own research. Never any guarantees in the market. Come check us out. I'll leave the link for the Maverick Zones as well as the Maverick Ultimate Edge Bundle, which comes with the Ultimate Trading Assistant, 5 other traders that you can vote alongside with. They're algorithms, but think of them as traders. And you know, the Maverick AI Pro that's coloring your candles to the data underneath the hood. These are game-changing indicators, folks. We're up over $1,200 now. So anyway, I'm going to keep managing this trade and focus on my options trade that's absolutely printing on Apple. So come check us out, MaverickIndicators.com. That's MaverickIndicators.com.